Well, Shabbat Shalom. I would venture to say that half the calls I fielded this week included some version of the same question. Oh, Sara, what are we to do? What are we to do about this fractured, fragile world of ours? That deep sense of worry feels utterly pervasive right now and urgent, because for many, this question is not rhetorical, but deeply literal. What are we, as Jews, meant to do in a moment like this? A moment rife with fear, violence, anxiety, and division. What are we, in fact, called to do? This week, in a Torah portion that feels strikingly relevant, even prescient, our text takes up these very questions, exploring our purpose and responsibilities as Jews. In Parashat Yitro, we find ourselves at the foot of Mount Sinai as God prepares to hand down the Ten Commandments. This sacred moment transforms the Israelites from a wandering mass of former slaves into a unified, sanctified people, altering the course of our history and human history forever. But before this epic moment unfolds, God sets the terms of the covenant with the Israelites, saying, "If you accept these covenants, you shall be my Am Segulah, my treasured possession, my chosen people among all peoples, and you shall be to me a mamlechet kohanim vegoy kadosh, a kingdom of priests and a holy nation." The Israelites enthusiastically respond, "All that God has spoken, we will do." They would become God's Am Segulah, God's chosen people. But what did it mean? What was being asked of them? What was being asked of us? We certainly wouldn't be the first to inquire. But today, this question matters more than ever. The word segulah can mean many things: possession, property, or treasure. Rashi, the great medieval commentator, explains that it refers to a cherished treasure, like costly vessels and precious stones, which kings store away. But segulah also denotes a favored relationship, a special love between God and the Israelite people. This special relationship does not imply Jewish superiority. That idea has long been misunderstood and misused, often turned against us, portraying Jews as arrogant or self-regarding. But the Torah itself insists otherwise. In Deuteronomy, we read, "It is not because you are the most numerous of peoples that the Eternal grew attached to you and chose you, nor is it because of any virtue of yours, for you are a stiff-necked people." We were not chosen to stand above others. We were chosen, as scholar Maurice Mizrahi puts it, for a mission, chosen to perform a function. As the Statement of Principles for Conservative Judaism reminds us, our ancestors understood chosenness not as a mark of privilege, but as a call to responsibility. To be a kingdom of priests and a holy nation meant accepting obligations, not only toward God, but toward our fellow human beings. As a holy nation, a chosen nation, our mission is to carry the values of Torah to others and to leverage those values to make this world better, kinder, and more just. Our responsibilities do not end with us or our people or our families or our communities. They extend beyond us to other people, other families, other communities, and other nations. Rav Abraham Isaac Kook, the first Ashkenazi chief rabbi of the land of Israel, gave voice to this vision when he wrote that the Jewish people were chosen to uplift the entire human race. A kingdom of priests, he explained, ministers to the other nations in order to benefit the human race. But listen to the way Rabbi Ovadia Sforno, a 16th century scholar and physician, describes our mission as an Am Segula. He expands this notion of service and responsibility by explaining that our role is to teach and instruct all of humanity to call out in the name of God. This is a radical charge. Our role as a chosen people and as a kingdom of priests is not only to live by the Torah ourselves, but to teach others to call out in the name of God. That is, we must teach others to call out injustice, the people and institutions that act immorally or unlawfully, unfairly or deceitfully. And we must teach others to call out cruelty, those who treat others with condescension or contempt, those who degrade the humanity of their neighbors, those who place stumbling blocks before the blind. We must teach others to call out indifference, those who ignore the suffering of others, those who neglect the hungry or the poor, those who refuse to see pain in their midst. And we must teach others to call out hatred, those who discriminate indiscriminately, those who target and demonize the vulnerable, those who give purchase to anti-Semitism, racism, and xenophobia. Yes, we must teach others to call out deception, those who manipulate the truth, those who traffic in conspiracy, those who disseminate disinformation to further their own ambitions. And we must teach others to call out idolatry, those who raise up mortals as gods, those who pray at the feet of power and fame, those who worship at altars of money and influence. We must teach others to call out corruption, those who abuse positions of power, those who exploit the levers of government, those who misuse authority for personal gain. And yes, we must teach others to call out tyranny, those who rule by fear or oppression, those who suppress opposition and resistance, those who refuse to limit their own power and greed. In the name of God, we must teach others to call out these moral offenses. We must stand up, speak out, and lead by example. We cannot be afraid to use our voices or share our values, even when it feels hard, even when the world is on fire. God is calling on us to summon our strength and our courage that we might insist on decency and compassion for all people. For this is what it means to be an Am Segula, a chosen people, and a Goy Kadosh, a holy nation in covenant with God. The weight of being chosen is surely heavy, and the responsibility tremendous, and yet there is also meaning and honor in being entrusted with this sacred and challenging work to pursue justice and righteousness, to build kinder and more compassionate communities, and to repair this broken world one act at a time, one soul at a time. Still, our role as an Am Segula, as a chosen people, goes even deeper. For chosenness is not only about what we are called to do in the world, it is also about what we are called to see in the world. It asks us not only to act as stewards of holiness, but also to live as seekers of holiness. And this distinction matters, especially now. For even in a world that often feels dark and frightening, our tradition insists that holiness still exists. It may be hidden, it may be exceedingly hard to find, but it is there. And it is our responsibility as an Am Segula to seek it out. The Or HaChaim, an 18th century mystic, subscribes to this understanding of Am Segula, teaching that to be chosen is to be a collector of holy sparks, sparks scattered throughout the world. Drawing on the Kabbalistic understanding of creation in which divine light is dispersed throughout the world, he explains that our calling as Jews is to find those sparks, to lift them up, and to help that holiness come alive once more. We commit to seeking out holiness in good times and in bad, to affirm our faith in God and in humanity, to remind ourselves that goodness, kindness, and care abide no matter the circumstance, and to hold fast to the truth that love and decency remain even in the bleakest of moments. Again and again, we are reminded to look for the agents of holiness among us. Think of those who stand up for their neighbors, who speak out for justice, and who accept real personal risk to protect the well-being of others. And think of those who consistently give so generously of their time, their resources, and their presence day after day, week after week, month after month. They are out there even now, especially now, and it is good for the heart and the spirit to hold on to that. Ages ago, God declared that we would be an Am Segula, God's chosen holy people. And with that declaration came an enduring responsibility to bring the teachings of Torah into this world, to call out moral wrongdoing, and to seek out holiness wherever it may be found. Essentially, to be chosen is to be in relationship with God and with one another. It means we cannot turn away from the world nor remain silent in the face of cruelty. And it means we cannot withdraw from the sacred work of gathering sparks of goodness, sparks of kindness, and sparks of holiness wherever they may be. And so, in those moments when we feel powerless or uncertain, afraid or overwhelmed, in those moments when we find ourselves asking, what are we to do? May we draw strength from our identity as an Am Segula, God's chosen ones, an identity we have inherited across the generations. May it steady us and empower us, knowing that we have been chosen to engage, chosen to speak for justice and righteousness, and chosen to seek out holiness and blessing. Our role is clear, even when the path is not. But this is one path we will forge together. May we continue calling out in the name of God and speaking up in the name of humanity, collecting sparks of holiness, love, and hope along the way. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may it be so.